Right, so I've just done a pass on the chest, and logically if we're moving away from the hips in terms of order of touching things, the next thing we're going to do is the head. So let's do that. So I think there are a few things we can do to plus the head. So the first thing is, as we launch here, it would be nice if he actually looked up and used his head as well as a bit of impetus to get him off the ground. That would be good. Second thing, I think, as we come down here, I notice that the head is intersecting the chest as he looks down, so we need to fix that. That's more of a technical fix than anything, as we're already looking down. And then as we do land on the ground, I think we're just going to involve the head in that residual bounce, so we get some overlapping action on the head and just make that head involved in that bounce. So let's go and do that. Okay, so usual thing, we're going to grab the head control, make a start, and I think the first thing we'll look at is the tuck as we come down. It feels like easy money, easy place to start, so let's do that and just make sure that we're not intersecting the chest. I'm just going to switch to gimbal, just make sure I've got the right curve, which I can see is rotate X, so I can grab hold of that and I can see that that is affecting my look up and look down. So I can lean it back, but I don't really want to do that. I want him to be looking and spotting the landing, so I think we'll need to bring in some neck control. Here it is just below, and on this I should be able to rotate it forward just by affecting the rotate Z curve. It looks like frame 62 is the main offender in terms of intersection, so let's rotate the neck forward there to start. Just bringing it forward. Let's go back one. It's okay there. Let's check 64. Let's pull it down in the graph. Check 66, and we're pretty good. Let's just scrub through and check the action. So that's feeling pretty good. He's looking down, spotting the landing, and then gets there. So cool. I think that is fixed for the moment. I'm just going to go and have a look at that rotation at the top. So I want him to look where he's going, essentially. So I'm just going to have him through this stretch pose. Let's push the feeling of that head looking at where he's going. So I'm just going to rotate it back further just by pulling down on this rotate Y curve. Maybe he should do that even sooner. Just a little. Smooth those curves off. So he looks where he's going. Then when he gets to the top of the jump, he still wants to start looking down, but I think that's probably all we need to do. Because then he immediately starts looking down, he's going to spot his landing. You should always be thinking about where the character is looking, and that has a lot to do with what they would be thinking. So if we jump up like this, he's going to think, oh, I need to look where I'm going to land, so let's spot that landing. You know, if you look at gymnasts, athletes, you'll see that that happens quite naturally. And then we come down to the ground, and we do have a bit of bounce already because we did some work in the chest, but I think I just want to rock that head forward a little on the landing and then let it bounce back maybe a little bit further than that, and then we'll just let it settle and I'll flatten the curve at the end. So we just get that little overlap on the head. As the chest starts going up, the head overlaps forward and then recovers. Something about that feels a little hard. I think I might need to I'm just going to drop it. Oops, not that much. Drop it slightly just to soften. I know what it is. Let's reduce that. But it's this drift on the chin. His head just starts dropping, so his chin starts lowering, and he just feels like he's falling to sleep or something. So let's keep that chin up, keep him looking at the horizon, make him feel more like he's ready for action. Maybe just reduce. I think we've gone overboard on the overlap. I'm just going to pull it down. That's better. Right, great, good stuff. So that was quick, wasn't it? So we added a little look up at the start, we fixed some intersection on the chest, and we've got a nice little bounce at the end. So with that done, let's move on to the next part of the body.